Hi, it's Drew with Tech2 Motorsports and 2Jz Swap.com. This video documents how to install a 1J or 2J into a Mazda FD3S. Now we're going to end up using our installation kit from Tech2 and 2Jz Swap.com in order to accommodate this motor set. Now some of the cool things about this is that it doesn't lower the steering rack, so there are no bump steer issues, and you don't have to modify your chassis, so you can put it back to stock if you choose to. Right here we have our intercooler kit that we feature on our site, 2JzSwap.com. Comes with a 3-inch intercooler, that's the core thickness, as well as all the intercooler piping required to fit it on your RX-7. And then we also offer the blow-off valve as well. And when you call to order it, you can have any blow-off valve you choose. We normally go with the HKS. All the clamps are the quality clamps, the T-bolt style, with silicone couplers. Now we also include the brackets for the intercooler. That way it mounts to the car using factory holes. Another thing we offer here is our radiator kit. Now the first thing I'm going to show you is you send us your upper water neck from your 1J or 2J engine. We end up welding a filler neck to it, since that's going to be the highest point in the engine bay. You'll also receive a radiator support to hold the radiator in place with the rubber bushings, the Koyo aluminum radiator that's been modified to work with the 2J, and a pair of silicone hoses for the 2J or 1J. What we have here is our plug-and-play harness. What ends up happening is you'll send us your Toyota harness as well as your Mazda emissions harness off your rotary. We'll end up extending your Japanese Toyota harness and adding the appropriate Mazda plugs. When you get it back, it'll be a plug-and-play unit ready to go. Now here we have a collection of hoses that we'll be using for the heater, the gas, and the power steering. You'll also be needing a fuel filter, as well as the clamps, and a pair of couplings for your heater. Now we'll offer this as a kit to make your life easy. Right here we have some of the maintenance products that you'll be needing. First off, a brand new Toyota Supra turbo water pump. A set of pulleys. That way you can use the US spec water pump that has the 4 posts in it. The JDM one has a single post in the center. And the last thing is the timing belt. Right here we have our braided clutch line. This will be going directly from the master to the slave, eliminating any hard line. This is the downpipe we'll be using today, but we can supply you with any downpipe you may need. Right here we have some 4-gauge wire that we're going to be using to go from the alternator to the starter. Alright, right here is where we actually have the engine portion of our swap kit from 2JzSwap.com. Now the first thing you'll notice is this large engine crossmember. We build this from scratch. This was engineered, designed in AutoCAD, and is laser cut using a CNC laser cut machine to make all these parts. That way it fits factory. Now the steering rack, it's a very important note, has not been relocated. It's in the factory position, so there will be no bump steer issues with this kit. Now we also include a set of motor mount brackets and a set of solid rubber motor mounts. All right, so what we have is all of our components from our kit that are required for the transmission aspect. We'll start off with our transmission cross member, followed by our power plant frame. This is chromoly steel, laser cut parts at the end, with a bushing that's urethane. Right here, we have our drive shaft. It's a steel drive shaft, fully rebuildable, and can support over 800 horsepower. Last, we have our shifter extension. This allows you to have your shifter in the factory location using your factory shift boot.